Okay, as you can see, this is the new 25 horse. I have it sitting on the frame of the Allis-Chalmers. I have decided I'm going to swap over the throttle body. I should be able to do it without removing the intake. I do have to remove the top cover. There is a couple issues with a couple of the wires that I do want to fix. There shouldn't be any running issues, but stuff I want to get taken care of. Clean it up a bit, make it look better. But I got the choke taken off right here. It used to mount right here. I'm going to leave the bolts in place just in case I do need to go back to the original setup. If I do have any issues, I will definitely go back. I'm just going to try it out, see how it works. Also, I should be able to reverse this with the engine in place without too much of a difficulty. So that's the main reason why I did end up deciding to do this. Also, I got to do the exhaust pipes, so that's also why the engine is sitting like this. So really, all you have to do is you got to remove your original choke bracket, which is mounted right here. On the metal intake ones, I believe, or the aluminum, I should say, intake ones, I believe it's the same. And you got a bolt here, and you got a bolt on the other side that removes the throttle body. And you got a couple springs you got to take off, and you can go from there. The throttle does not have to be touched. It stays in place. Everything else stays in place as well. And then if you can, you got to fish your new choke lever up into the choke. It might be a little difficult. Good luck with that. To get it off, I had to pretty much bring it up on an angle like this and pull it out that way. It did eventually go. Also, I ran into some issues getting the bolts off on this. I did actually resort to heat on one of them. It ended up actually catching the other tractor on fire briefly, but I was able to get it put out relatively fast, no damage. And I had to put the machine up on its side, the Craftsman, and while it was up on its side, I was able to get the remaining 3 bolts out, which definitely were not fun. So I should have pressure washed it in the first place, but I did not. I was using PB Blaster. The PB Blaster didn't catch. It was the old oil and grease and all that other stuff, byproducts that get stuck to the frame. Because this engine has had a recent oil change, so yeah, stuff like that is bound to happen. So I figured do a quick update on this. Like I said, the throttle body, they're not too hard to change. As long as you hook the springs up correctly, get the bolts back in correctly, get the levers back on, it's not a very hard job to do. Whenever I originally well, no, actually, I've never done this before anyways. But like I said, if I have any issues with the engine, I will swap it back to the original setup. So it's not a huge deal at all. So I'll talk to you later. Please keep it redneck like always, and please subscribe and comment.